Welcome everybody. Welcome dear online visitors. Welcome to the Technical Forum of Hydrogen and Fuel Cells Europe of the Hannover Fair 2022. My name is Bernhard Jekyll. I'm the moderator here today. And I really love to say that we have lots of presentations of the newest technology, different varieties. And the next subject, the next presentation will be about the supporting of the ramp up of hydrogen mobility. And we have the director for alternative fuels of Maximator. It's Patrick Schulte. Please welcome him with a great applause.
Thank you very much for this introduction. I'm here today with my presentation about supporting the ramp up of hydrogen mobility, and this is all about tank test equipment. Yeah? So Maximator is a company related to high pressure, and we are focusing on the vessel test equipment, which is obviously necessary for the hydrogen mobility. Those tanks are being used on various applications like cars, buses, trucks, and many more. Yeah? Maybe in the first slides, I would like to introduce you to Maximator and our group. Yeah? We have here a new picture which shows the full value chain which our owner, the SK Group, is supporting. So within our group, where Maximator belongs to, we have different fields of applications. We are having the Maximator Hydrogen, for example, also on this booth here. They are fully focusing on the refueling technology. We have a sister company which is focusing on the production of hydrogen. So this is FEST, or Green H2 Systems. And we have many other fields. And today I'm more focusing on the test equipment, which is displayed here in the middle. And we are also offering different testing services which are displayed on the top right in that query. Yeah? Within Maximator, it's a little bit unmatched on the side. I don't know why. We have different fields of activities within Maximator. We have the division components, which is concentrating on valve fittings, tubes, compressors, pumps, and so on. We have the division solutions, where I'm responsible, where we offer testing solutions, test stands, testing services. And we have a own division which is called Service, which takes care about the after-sales service of our test stands, which are in operation for end-of-line testing or, of course, R&D projects. Yeah? It is completely unzoomed. This presentation is somehow wrong. Okay, we have to deal with that now. What we are taking care of is here that we have just one planet, and that we accept that we need a change in that. We have a change, and we need to reduce our emissions on all different sectors. And I think everybody knows that the transportation and the mobility has a huge portion of these emissions. And we have about 25% of the CO2 emissions are just linked to transportation. Yeah? And therefore, we see a huge potential in reducing the emissions on heavy-duty trucks, maybe in the future also cars, and all those cars are related to tanks and so on. And we believe in the hydrogen mobility as a solution. And then, therefore, I think this is clear for everybody who's here on that group of exhibition, that hydrogen mobility is the solution. Of course, we have the battery electric vehicles, which are, depending on the demand of the use, could also be a solution, but we're focusing clearly on the hydrogen mobility as a solution. And within our portfolio at Maximator, we have 3 different segments. We are having those research and development test stands to certify those tanks. This is for burst testing, extreme temperature testing, and so on, to first of all certify and develop those tanks. We have the end-of-line equipment, which is clearly scaling up right now because we are in that phase of the market where products are developed and now needs to be industrialized, and we have to start the mass production of tanks and so on to have enough trucks, buses on the road. And of course, we have the last but not least segment is the testing services. So we're running an own lab in Nordhausen at our headquarter, and there we offer different testing services like pressure cycle tests or burst tests or others. Yeah. What we do, some examples to show, we are offering those hydraulic burst test stands. Yeah. You can see there's a lot of energy stored in those tanks, and even when you do that with water, you have to carefully pay attention to the safety. We have different possibilities on that field. We're offering the pressure cycle testing. So this is more for the development of those tanks to have a deep look on the lifetime of those tanks in a short time. What we also offer is hydrogen pressure cycle testing. So actually what we do before the tank is certified at the end, it is being filled with gas and defueled many times to act like the real use on the road. And the tank needs to stay in with certain limits and is not able to leak and not allowed to leak. And we also have a look on the permeation of those tanks. And when we go for a so end of line technology, so when we have a serial production of those tanks, we have, or the tank manufacturer needs to do some different tests, hydraulic proof testing, what we have here. So tank is being filled with water, raised to 1050 bar, for example, hold for a certain amount of time, having measurements being active to control the behavior of the tank, and then we defuel the tank. And after having done the strength test, and this test is being performed on every tank which is being produced and later used in the car. And what you of course also have to do is the gas leak testing. So every tank which is in use on a bus or in a truck will be leak tested, especially on Type 4 tanks, which are the current trend of being used in cars and buses. Will be leak tested, and we are offering different solutions for those mass production leak tests. It's a quite severe test. We have to fill up with gas to the test pressure, which is a little bit above the operating pressure, and have later on to defuel those tanks. And this takes a lot of energy. We have to be careful on that test to have the right result at the end, because nobody wants to have a leaky tank in its car or bus. And we are fully focused on those new requirements from the market. And we just recently bought a new facility in Iserlohn. We will now refurbish some things of this facility, and then we will start up a serial production of leak test stands, because we see that the market is very demanding for this kind of test stands. And since we need more cars, we need more buses, we need more trucks, every time we have tanks included, which are needs to be tested. And we want to support this ramp up of the hydrogen mobility with this new facility. It's compared to what we have in our headquarter, where we are more focused on producing small parts and smaller test stands. This is a huge step for Maximator and a huge investment for the and also a huge commitment on this hydrogen mobility. Okay, thank you very much. This was the presentation. I tried to be in time, and if there are any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those questions directly, or maybe at the end at our booth at C34.
Patrick Schulte for this interesting presentation. Yes, you already asked. There are some questions. We have got some time for 1 or 2, maybe 3 questions right now. Any question to Maximator? Not right now. Okay, so you're invited to C34.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.